Hello YouTube, and I am back, this time with another Mount Rushmore. This time we're doing the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves are a tough franchise to do for one of these because they have a lot of history, a lot of rich, talented players, and it was really tough to narrow it down to 4, but this is what I have so far. So I'm going to start off with Chipper Jones. And this is not in any particular order, it's just the order that I put it up there. So Chipper Jones played 19 years in Atlanta, one of the best switch hitters of all time, if not the best switch hitter of all time. He hit a .303 batting average with 468 career home runs, 930 OPS, and 1,623 RBIs. Just so you know that this is all just with the Braves, no career numbers with other teams. Chipper played all 19 of his seasons with the Braves, so it doesn't really matter for him. Chipper Jones is one of the best third basemen, in my opinion, of all time. I already said best switch hitter. Could hit for power on both sides, could hit for average on both sides. It didn't really matter for him. The guy was going to hit. And he was one of my favorite players growing up, watching him towards the end of his career. But it didn't really matter to me. Switch hitters with power are always pretty interesting for me. I love Chipper Jones. Hank Aaron. I feel like Hank Aaron gets left out of the conversation a little bit when it comes to the greatest players of all time. He played 21 years with the Braves, hit for a .310 average, 733 home runs, the true home run king, not counting Barry Bonds' steroid-filled career, 944 OPS, 2,202 RBIs, which is absolutely insane. He was clutch, hit for a ton of power, played a good outfield, 21 years, had the longevity. The guy was a beast, probably one of the best of all time. I consider him to be one of the best of all time. By far. I wish I would have gotten to see Hank Aaron play because not getting to see that is pretty disappointing. So I have Greg Maddux, 11 years on the Braves. A 194-88 record. Dominance. Absolutely dominant for Greg Maddux. 2.63 ERA. This guy just worked the corners. Low velocity. He was not pumping 99. He would make pitches move. He'd hit the black, get strikeouts. 1,828 strikeouts, and a career whip with the Braves 1.05. So people were not getting on base on him. No walks. He was a control artist. He could paint the corners whenever he wanted. He could locate his breaking pitches. Low fastball, but they moved. And it was just, he was a master. He was a master of pitching. He's a true pitcher, in my opinion. The 99 throwers that are in the league, it's not really pitching to me. If you can't locate your 99-mile-an-hour fastball, you're not a pitcher, you're a thrower. An unpopular opinion, but it's true. Greg Maddux is gets left out of the conversation as greatest pitcher of all time as well. I think he's at least top 5 for greatest pitchers of all time, especially in the era that he pitched in. All these juiced up steroid monkeys just absolutely tore them apart, picked them apart. They couldn't hit him. And very last of the Rushmore is John Smoltz. Played 20 years in the league with Braves. 210 and 147. More wins than Maddux, but less of a percentage. 3.26 ERA, 3,000 strikeouts, 1.17 WHIP. Not as dominant, but he was more loyal to the Braves, and he was clutch in the playoffs. The guy had heart. Nobody can say that he did not have heart. He was tough. He was tough to hit. He commentates now. Personally, I think he's a little biased towards the Braves, which is understandable considering he played 20 years there. And John Smoltz is another one of those guys you just tip your hat to. You gotta have a lot of respect for these guys. The reason why all these guys are on here is because they were great players, and to be labeled the top 4 of your franchise must be a pretty tough feat, to say the least. Honorable mentions, there's a lot more than the 3 I put up here. But I put Tom Glavine, 17 years as a Brave. He finished the big 3 for the Atlanta Braves with Maddux, Smoltz, and himself. That's a tough pitching staff to have to hit against. I can only imagine having to wake up and face, Greg Maddux, and then, the next day you got Smoltz. The next day you got Glavine. That's a sweep. That sounds like a sweep to me. Warren Spahn, played 20 years. He, another one of those guys that dominated for the Braves just a little bit earlier, probably in the 50s, I think. And he was an absolute beast. 20 years, long time, long career. And then Freddie Freeman. I thought I'd put Freddie Freeman up here because he has played a lot of time with the Braves, and he's also been pretty good. He carried them for a long time before Acuna decided to come up. The reason why Acuna is not on this list is because he only played 2 years in the league. He's not ready to be up there with the names of like Matthews, Freemans. All these guys are legends, and he's very young in the career. Will he be up here on this list? Maybe. I cannot say that he won't be up here because I cannot tell the future.
But yeah, that pretty much sums it up for this video. If you feel like anybody got snubbed,
Feel free to leave a comment and we can talk about it. I will probably do more of these over the time being because of the quarantine. So we will try and get as much content as we can because no sports is pretty lame. This is what we have right now, so let's go with it. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.